Hey boys and girls, get ready for an all-new toy review with Devall and my best puppet pal, Puppet Devall! Games and kids.
Hey gang, welcome to an all-new toy review right here on ToyWorldOrder.com, starring me, Devall, and my buddy, Puppet Devall. What are you... There, is that better? You're still professional mode, huh?
What are we reviewing today?
Today, gang, we're taking a look at some of the all-new Transformer Combiner Wars figures.
Well, we must be professional. Those are big boy toys.
We are taking a look at the four basic assortment of the Transformer Combiner Wars figures that are out now, which include this one, Skydive, which include the Decepticon Dragstrip, which include the Protectobot Alpha Bravo there, and also one that I have already opened because I couldn't stop playing with it, Alpha Bravo there.
Well, you just said Alpha Bravo.
Did I say Alpha Bravo? Oh, not Alpha Bravo. Firefly. Sorry. Don't listen to him. But we're going to take a look at all four of these guys today. Now, of course, the packaging for these guys, of course, is something you'll see a lot of this year as the Transformers line is. We're in a non-movie year. The Transformers stuff is going to be all Combiner Wars figures that, Combiner Wars and the new animated series, but the Combiner Wars stuff is going to be very, very heavily seen on shelves, and it's starting to hit everywhere now, but the packaging is very, very... The packaging is very eye-catching as you got this huge version of the character on the background of the card, as well as the Combiner Wars logo there, the Transformers in black, and the Autobot or Decepticon symbol at the corner, and the Combiner Wars logo at the top there. You've got your figure in this great, bubble with the alt mode displayed down below, as well as on the side here. It shows you that you need you can combine these to form Superior. When you get
even the Protectobot?
Even the Protectobot, yes. It's very strange how they're releasing these, though, because they didn't release all the aerial bots together. They didn't release all the Protectobots together. They didn't release all of the... what's the Decepticon one? Stunticons, thank you. I was stuck on aerial bots and all that. I couldn't think of Stunticons for some reason.
Because they have a weird thing that aerial.
But they didn't release all the Stunticons. Now, all the Stunticons are coming. The rest of the aerial bots, from what I understand, are coming as Toys R Us exclusives. That's what I hear. They are being released.
They're giving up already?
No, they are being released in Japan. In the other two jets, these two jets are actually being released with different colors and a different head sculpt for each of them to finish out the aerial bot team. So you'll have all 5 aerial bots, actual aerial bots, when it's all done. But the back of this packaging, of course, shows off both the alt mode or the robot mode as well as the transformation, and shows that you can make him. Now, these figures are cool because you can make them either arms or legs, which are really neat. So it works out really well, and
Much like the vintage ones.
Not like the vintage ones, yes.
Much like the vintage ones.
Much like the vintage ones. Yes.
Unprofessional.
But we'll show you the pieces and parts that you can do that with once we open these. But what do you say we open this packaging and take a look at these awesome characters up close and personal? All right, let's start with Firefly here. Wrong. Let's move that over there. Firefly here is, of course, one of the aerial bots, and is really, really well done. We've talked in the past about how the Generations line continues to be the highlight of the Transformers brand. As it continues, they continue to develop and evolve the Generations brand into something cool like the Combiner Wars stuff. And of course, it's the articulation on Firefly is really well done. I mean, he's got ratchet elbows there. He's got the ball jointed hips that, of course, if you were to pop them too far, you could actually pop them apart, which is fine. That's what they're made to do. He's got some great articulation in the knees there, so you can kind of bend him. His head, he can swivel at the waist. So he's got some good articulation to him. So you can get some really great poses out of this figure. And of course, he comes packaged with his blaster rifle there, which is really cool. Pop that out. Now his transformation is pretty simple. It's actually pretty easy. You turn the head around, like so. You turn the head around. You pop the back part off and then bring it up. to form the front of the nose cone. You can do this. I usually do this. I usually put them together first because it's a little easier. But you can put the legs together and then you can actually pop them apart like so in order to bring both legs up and together like that. Then you can lower the back half here, and those snap and plug in. So we've got the front legs are plugged in there, and the back legs are supposed to be plugged in. There we go. There we go. So you can plug that in, so you've got a complete piece. The back tail fin goes up, these go down, and then the arms here are really simple. You just simply push them out, push them down. Push them out, push them down. And the arms actually plug in. There's actually, you can see them right here. There's actually a plug for the arms to plug into. So the wings maneuver down, and there you go. You've got your jet mode here. And of course, the gun can attach to the hole in the bottom of the wings, so you can have a gun firing. But very, very simple transformation into the robot mode. What do you say we transform him back, and I show you how to transform him into an arm or a foot? All right, so to transform him into the foot, into one of the legs and the foot, basically you swivel his head back around like so, and then you just simply pop the back off so you can maneuver this joint up. It goes all the way up like so. You can pop the back part back into place like so. And then just much like before, you take his legs and pop them together and then pull them apart. Move this up here so you can actually get the legs into place here. Connect them correctly. Like so. Go. Get that, and then you just simply, much like the jet mode, you put the arms down to his side, up and down like that. Just like that. So you've got the basic idea and shape of his foot, and then included in all these figures is this piece here, which actually can become the foot peg, which is what it is now, or just by simply popping the hand out, swiveling the bottom piece around, and then ratcheting the thumb over, you actually can make it one of the Superion fists. But for this, we're going to leave it as a hand. So we're going to leave it just like this. There's a hole in the bottom that the feet just plug right into, and you have your Superion leg and foot. And this part here, of course, this ratchet allows some movement of that foot as you're moving him back and forth and whatnot in order to get some great dynamic posing when you've got him all completed. Now, the hand here is a little different, just a little different. We will leave that there. Let's get his legs back together, back down like they're supposed to be. So you kind of have to be careful because the back of the legs have to plug in just right to these two knee parts. So basically, you put him together just back like this. We've just got the head. So we push the ratchet back like so. Let me move that around there. There we go. So you've got this ratchet now to the side. Basically, you take the arms here and push them up, and then push them back. So they're both. It's really kind of weird, but they both kind of center back behind the wings like so. That's not the best position that they're supposed to be in, but you get a good idea for it. And then you simply, basically, you bring the two little tail fins out like that, and so you've got your basic arm design here. And then with the ratchet, just like this, you turn the waist like so, or actually, just like that. So you've got a left and a right arm here. You can have him either arm, and with this swivel, what it does is it gives you some elbow articulation. So you've got some lobar articulation. And then, like I said earlier, you use simply to make the foot become the hand. Simply pop that out, just like so. So you've got the fingers. Turn this back part around, and then bring the thumb down. And then you can bring the thumb this way to make it a left hand, or you can do it this way to make it a right hand. We're gonna make him.
Clever girl.
Yes, we're gonna make him a right hand. That plugs into the bottom.
That's
and,
very ableist of you.
yes, I know. And then we have
That's a bad.
a Superion arm, which is pretty darn neat. Now there's a lot of range of movement here. So you've got your Superion arm, which is pretty cool. And then of course he's got a hole right on the top of his fist where you can put the weapons they come with, which is pretty cool. Or we'll show you in a little bit. You can actually use one of the figures we reviewed earlier to make a gun. So we'll show you that in a little bit. But let's take a look at the transformations of the other characters in this wave. And what's cool is pretty much all of the arms and legs for these figures. We're not going to cover it for each one, but they all transform just like this. So they're all very similar to this transformation. They all kind of go together the same exact way for this transformation. So it's very easy to make an arm or a leg out of these figures in order to have them all displayed properly. So let's take a look at the rest of the figures. Next up is our aerial bot Skydive, and he's really nice. Skydive's probably my favorite because he's got this really cool, much like you'll see in a little while with Alpha Bravo, he's got this very cool metallic paint on his chest that kind of really gives it that die-cast look. And again, I'm not happy that you can see the screws on his chest here, right there. You can see they're kind of really out there, as well as on the back of the cone for the nose cone for the plane. But he comes with Skydive comes with this huge double-barreled gun there that he can hold, which is really nice. And he's kind of cool too because his feet are really blocky and square, as opposed to Firefly. So he's got these really like square, blocky feet, which are kind of cool, which are also painted in that very metallic paint to give him kind of that die-cast look, which is pretty neat. So his transformation here is a little different. It's actually a lot different. Of course, it starts with the head. You swivel the head, and then you bring his nose cone part down, and you bring that whole part up, and it snaps into place just like that. The legs are pretty easy. They're just like the other ones. You unhinge the legs. Let's move the arms up a little bit. Oh no! It's all right. Again, Transformers are made to do that. So you unhinge the legs, and then you just simply move the back legs up, and there's a place for them to snap into place right here on the back. Then you move the upper legs up, and it takes a little funky work because the way the legs, you have to get them just right in order to bring them up. And basically what happens is you unhinge the legs. As you can see the hinge here, you can see how the knees are. You have to take the legs. You have to bring this part forward while bringing it back. So you get that part there forward while you bring it back. You can plug the bottom legs in. And see, if you don't do it just right, you get this. You get this going on where you can't.
It explodes.
There you go. So you push that down. You get the legs.
You've doomed us all, madam.
Oh no, nobody's doomed. So you get the legs all in there, just perfect, just right. Although this one, mine doesn't seem to ever want to connect right. So now you come to the wings and the arms. This is a little different. They don't just push down, and as you can see, it looks like they're one major piece. Basically, what you do is you swivel. You swivel back. And you swivel down, just like so.
Swivel, swivel.
So you swivel back, you swivel down. I'll show you from this side, just to get the legs
Up
to.
and to the left.
So you swivel back, you swivel
Up
down,
and to the left.
and then the arms here have a little slot that just simply plugs right in the peg like so. So you get your arms slotted in. Slotted in there just like that. So now you've got your wings at the proper level they're supposed to be on the plane, and then all you do is you lower the two back fins,
Lower them.
like so, and then these top fins are made out of soft plastic, and you have Skydive all transformed and ready to go. And of course, he has several places where you can put guns. You can put the double barrel gun on top, so you can go on top of it here.
That's an aerodynamic.
Of course, you can put it. Just like the other characters, you can put the guns on the wings there. So
That
he's
seems
holding
to
it wings.
unbalance the thing.
Yeah, it does. And so you can, but you can also attach, you know.
Remember that time that you let me do the laundry and it was unbalanced?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
You can plug all kinds of weaponry into him, so he's got a bunch of guns. Yeah, you can really do some cool stuff with Skydive. But there is a Skydive all transformed. Let's move on.
That's the move!
Let's move on to Dragstrip. Let's move on to our Decepticon. Next up, we've got our Stunticon Dragstrip, and of course he comes with this awesome purple bladed sword there, as well as his foot and hand are purple, as to differentiate him from the Autobots. The Decepticons all have these purple connectors there, but of course you only have 3 Autobots and a Decepticon for the combiner, so you kind of have to use a purple foot or a purple hand. So kind of silly, but basically, you know, his gun can be held in both hands. His transformation here is actually really easy. You lower his elbows. And a beautiful looking figure though before you transform it though. I mean, just, you know, the one Decepticon logo there, but I don't like the screws that you can see here that are visible. That's kind of crappy. I wish that the screws weren't as visible on his front, but great sculpt of the head, really nice looking head. You know, the rest of the body, it's very nice how they did his robot mode, but the alt mode's pretty easy. You just turn his head around like you would the other Transformers you looked at, and then the back half here pops off. It's on a little peg there, and you swivel that around just like so. And we'll get to that here in a second. You put his legs together, so his legs snap together like that, and then you turn him at the waist, and then just simply do this with his legs. Just simply push them in, and they push in and connect, just like so. You put his fists in. His fists swivel into his arms, like that, and then you lower said arms down onto the wheels there, right above the wheels, so you lower them on and they'll snap into place. And then with this twisted, you simply push the top back and it snaps into place there, and you have Dragstrip in his race car mode. Now it's one of the more simplistic, the simpler looking versions of their alt modes, but he's got spots of course on his shoulders where you can plug in his you kind of plug in his blade, but it kind of spins out there. You can you know, you can make the foot here a gun, and you can plug it in as well. So he's got these 2 major weapons. Although with the foot on there, he kind of stands him up a little bit. But he does have spots. There are spots here you can put the weapons on, which is pretty cool. So very simple transformation on Dragstrip, but it and a very simple looking in the Dragstrip mode too. In the race car mode is it's all this, you know, the colored purple and yellow plastic. There's no paint apps on him really, other than a couple of Decepticon stickers and maybe, you know, some silver apps up the top and down here for the actual parts that hold the wheel there. So very simple, but very nice looking though. It's a great start to the Stunticon team. So pretty cool. Let's move on to our last figure, none other than Alpha Bravo. Let's check him out. Finally, we have Alpha Bravo, and Alpha Bravo is really cool. He's a helicopter, so he's technically he's a Protectobot of my world here, but he's really really nicely done. Again, he's one of those figures they've done this cool paint app to, kind of like they did with Skydive, where his chest and his head are kind of painted this metallic orange, so it kind of glows like it's metal there. It's kind of looks like it's metallic. You know, he's got missiles on his arms there, which are kind of cool, and the overall look of him. I don't like this little bit of kibble up here for his helicopter. The fin kind of sticks out over his head, which is to me is kind of silly. But he's got this awesome big gun there that he comes with. So he's take that gun out there. You know, the elbows here are ratchets, so they are not going to go anywhere, and the shoulder joints here are just on a little ball joint. But transformation for him is, again, it's another simple transformation. On the back here, you lower the helicopter blades so they're straight, and then pull this part up so it's up like that. Around the front here, you connect his legs together, and then turn. Oops, that's the problem here, is that sometimes his waist doesn't want to turn, and the legs will come off the ball joints. So you kind of have to put the ball joints back then. But turn his waist all the way around, so his legs are now facing back, and then you, much like the other characters, much like our jets, you unplug the legs here. You basically maneuver this whole bit of kibble right up onto his lower body. There's two holes there that the top parts of the legs snap into, like so. And then you lower his bottom half there, so you've got his legs together. You pull these out and turn them around. They're on little ball joints here, so you can maneuver them a little easier, but you just pull them out and turn them together and pop them together like this. Lower the two front halves here. Snap on to hold all this together here. The arms don't really go anywhere. There's two little pegs right here that the holes in the arms just simply plug into. So his hands don't really get hidden in the helicopter mode. They're kind of prevalent there, right there. And then basically, on this part here, this back part, you lift it up off the two pegs here, and you lower it, and it actually lowers onto the two pegs and then pops into place. You lower your blade, and it actually has the two pegs there that it pops onto. So you lower it, pop it into place, and then you just simply turn the rear fan blade there, and there you go. You have a transformed Alpha Bravo on a helicopter. And he's actually much longer than all the rest of them. He's a little bit longer in this mode, but you've got a working helicopter blade, so he can fly around, which is really nicely done. And he looks cool. So there's a look at Alpha Bravo. Very nice. Oh, look at that. So we've got so there you can get an idea of what these two figures look like. You can see how much a little bit longer that Alpha Bravo is over Skydive here, because Skydive's a little bit more more compact, but he's a little bit bigger as opposed to Alpha Bravo, so you can kind of get an idea. But there's a look at all of these amazing Combiner Wars Transformers in their robot modes and their alt modes, and they are all really well done. They're all nicely done. Well, there you go, guys. There's a look at the awesome Transformer Combiner Wars figures that are...
We're almost done. Professionalism is over. It's party time. I'm a pirate. Yeah! Yeah!
Well, there you go, gang. There's a look at Alpha Bravo, Dragstrip, Skydive, and Firefly, who is still in ARM mode. But I wanted to show you because we talked about when we reviewed Power Glide, and
oh my God, this is gonna take forever.
That Power Glide actually, of course, transforms into a gun for Superion. So he actually transforms into a gun that you can actually have Superion hold. It's got a little sight there and everything. Look at that. So he actually transforms into the gun, which is kind of cool. So I wanted to show you guys that before Puppet Devall and I kind of signed off here. But give you a nice look at these all new, very cool Transformer Combiner Wars figures. They are all really nice. I think they're all really well done. They look really good. Some people may say that they're as good, some or maybe a little better than some third-party stuff. I don't really see it because it is kind of crazy talk. It is a well done set of Transformers for combiners.
No, it's okay. Not a lot of paint applications.
Not a lot of paint applications, which is kind of in line with what Hasbro's been doing lately. They are, at least some of them, they did try, like with Skydive, his metallic chest, like with Alpha Bravo, his metallic chest and his little metallic face part there. So they did try to attempt to give it some details in the actual design of the figures. But they also come packaged with these really cool little Transformer Generations trading cards. So you've got a card in the package for each one of the characters, featuring artwork from IDW, which is really cool. And they all, of course, they come with the hands. You've got the Stunticons all come with the purple hands, which is a nice little detail. And the Stunticon hands are a little different than the actual aerial bot hands. They're a little, as you can see, the hands on the aerial bots, the guns on the fists are much longer, where the Stunticons ones are a little more blunt, and the hand designs are a little different. So you've got some different designs on these as well, which is pretty cool, which is much needed. And they all, all of our aerial bots here, they all have the different designs on the bottoms of the fist there. They've all got some different designs. So cool little touches and nice little touches for these figures. But join us next time when we're back with another all new Transformer review. We'll actually review none other than the man we need to transform everything, Silverbolt. So we'll be back with a look at Silverbolt, as well as putting these guys on Silverbolt. That's a hard for me to say. I don't know why. Silverbolt, and we'll show you how to put the arms and legs to form Superion for the Combiner Wars. So, gang, until next time, for me and Puppet Devall, make sure you go to youtube.com/ToyWorldOrder. Hit subscribe on ToyWorldOrder.com. Will you let me? You screwed my thing all up. Go to youtube.com/ToyWorldOrder. Hit subscribe. It helps us out greatly. And as always, Puppet Devall.
Keep playing with your toys.
Keep playing with your toys, gang. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Pirate.
Yeah.